This week on the Mouse Minutes podcast, Whitney and Jordan take to the skies once again aboard the Disney Skyliner. After years of closures, weather delays, packed lines, and plenty of debates, we're revisiting Disney's gondola transportation system in 2026 to ask one simple question. Has it actually gotten any better? From Epcot rope drops to late night rides over Walt Disney World, we're sharing fresh experiences, updated opinions, and whether the Skyliner still makes the grade. Your 10 minutes starts now. Hello and welcome to Mouse Minutes, where we rate Disney experiences on a classical grading scale in 10 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your co-host, Jordan.
And I'm your other co-host, Whitney.
And Whitney, do you know what we're doing today?
I do, because you told me.
Well, I did. We're going back in time. We're going back to revisit the Skyliner at Walt Disney World. And we do all this to help you decide if it's a hit or if it's a skip for your next trip. All right, Whitney, we graded the Skyliners back in June of 2024 on episode 3 of Mouse Minutes. Go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
It was...
I don't even think it's on YouTube because it's so old.
It's not.
It's ancient.
I don't think we recorded video. Did they even record video back then? I think we could have set up a camcorder. That would have been cool.
That would have been... We should do an episode on that, like with that.
We should. That would be really cool.
Okay.
But... We gave lots of background, but let's just pretend like we didn't do any of that because the Skyliner has changed. Mm-hmm. We've changed. The experience of the Skyliner has changed. Our family and our needs have changed.
Yeah.
So let's just jump back into it and see what we think about it now. What do you say about that?
Yeah, I was going to give a little bit of info.
Okay, yeah, give some info. Whitney, can you give us some info?
Yeah, some background. Well, there's a lot more info in our episode 3. It's episode 3?
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Return of the Jedi.
And
nope, that would not be Return of the Jedi. That's Revenge of the Sith. Oh I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't even know that.
Yeah,
but anyway. So first of all, I love that we're returning to some of these places through Mouse Minutes because I feel like things, like you said, have changed and it makes it really fun to go back. Yeah. And like redo. It's like crazy that we've been around for this long that we're redoing them. That's right. Okay.
And the Skyliner had only been around for a couple of years. So now we've gotten we've experienced it a lot more.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So the Skyliner opened September 29th, 2019. That was hard.
9/29/2019.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. The parks that it goes to in Disney World are Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Uh-huh. You know this.
I do. That's fine, though.
The resorts that it goes to is Caribbean Beach, Riviera Resort, Pop Century, and Art of Animation.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. What else? I mean,
so
there's also those resorts around the Epcot area, right? I mean, it doesn't go there.
Yeah. Like Boardwalk and stuff. You can get there. Yeah. But here's something interesting. Ready?
Yeah.
From Caribbean Beach to Hollywood Studios takes 5 minutes. From Caribbean Beach to Epcot, it takes 12 minutes.
Oh.
From Pop Century or Art of Animation, because they share a spot.
From Pop Century to Art of Animation? No.
From Pop Century and Art of Animation to Caribbean Beach, it takes 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I have a little chart that I'm going to put up there.
Oh, my goodness.
A little map. I made
You're
a map.
You're going to put it right here?
I'm going to go over our faces.
Oh, cool. I like it.
Okay, you ready?
Put it over my face. Look at, I'm the map. I'm the map.
Oh, gosh.
Am I going to get sued for singing that? Okay, let's do that.
We're not that big. Okay. Are you going to go first?
I guess so. We can't rock, paper, scissors this thing because we're still figuring out our new home studio. We've had some technical difficulties today, and so we're holding our mics for the first time in ever.
Can we just talk about how dorky I feel right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Talk about it. Can we talk about how dorky you look right now? Because it's not at all, baby.
Okay. Right. We need to get going here.
Yeah, let's do this. This is already free. All right. Who's going?
You're going first.
Okay.
Jordan, you graded... To take you back, you graded the Skyliner.
What? Yeah.
Did we tell you what you graded last time?
No.
Jordan, what did you regrade the Skyliner at Walt Disney World?
Whitney, thank you so much for that introduction because I now grade Disney's Skyliner at Walt Disney World, the grade of an A. A solid A.
You upped it.
I upped it. I upped the ante. I upped the grade. It got a little bit extra credit.
Okay, so tell us, why do you love it?
So way back in 2024, I graded this an A-, and I tacked on the minus for a couple of reasons, which I'll get to in a moment, because we like to start positive. We like to keep it positive around here. The reason why it's an A is because it is the best mode of transportation at Walt Disney World. Number one. And that's why we're grading it, because it's the best. It's fun to ride.
The best.
It's enjoyable. It's cool. It's a cool mode of transportation. It's unique. Where in the world...
in the Walt Disney World.
Where in the world can you ride a gondola or a bucket, as you call them?
Fancy buckets.
These are the nicest buckets on the Eastern Seaboard. Where can you ride a gondola, especially over like water and over land, as a serious mode of transportation of getting around anywhere? Of consequence. And so I feel like it is a great mode of transportation. It's one of my favorites. Sometimes it's the best resort experience in terms of transportation to choose, or how else can I say this? I feel like sometimes you can choose your transportation I feel like the best way to find... No, that's not right. I feel
5,000 minutes later.
I feel like sometimes we'll actually choose our resort based off of the fact that we get to ride the Skyliner.
100%.
Yeah, and even when we don't stay on the Skyliner at one of those Skyliner resorts, we might go out of our way to ride the Skyliner. It's just
100%.
We still have two younger kids, under 10 years old, and no longer toddlers, but they still enjoy it. And we actually have a fun tradition that every time we take off, and I mean every single time we take off, even if we're going through the little transition station, we say, come on. We say, come on, everybody. Here we go. As it takes off. So, off to Epcot area.
Yeah.
So that's fun, and that's always going to be something that I think I'm going to enjoy and look back and fondly. Yeah, I'd say one of the drawbacks against it, or that I originally thought would be a problem with it, is that it could get hot in there. But usually there's a pretty solid cross breeze in there.
Yeah, because there's no AC in these buckets.
That's right. And
they're fancy buckets, but they're not that fancy.
But sometimes it can get a little warm in there. But even with that, I'm surprised with how good of a cross breeze you can get. Now, I'd say... What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing. No, go ahead. Please keep going.
Okay. I will say, I think that the reason why I graded it an A- last time was because of the longer lines. And I think the Disney resorts are starting to figure that out. It seems like the lines aren't as much of a problem. Now,
I agree.
There are high traffic times, like, rope drop at Hollywood Studios, and you do still have to transfer, even if you're going from, let's say, Riviera or the Boardwalk area over, and you go through the Riviera area.
Yeah.
You still have to get off at Hollywood Studios and transition to a different one.
You have to get off at Caribbean Beach.
Caribbean Beach, that's right.
To get to Hollywood Studios.
But sometimes you have to wait in a line. But that line is not quite as long as it used to be. It was
so bad, yeah.
It was so bad, but it's not as bad anymore. And I feel like they've figured it out.
Oh, good job, Disney.
Way to go.
You know how to do lines.
Bobby T was listening to us. And now it's Joshy D who's going to be listening to us. So keep up the good work, guys.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And, I mean, there's so much to say about it, but I just love the Skyliners. Is it the Skyliners? The Disney Skyliner. Let's move on from me.
What is going on?
Yeah. All right, Whitney. What do you grade this time around in 2026? What do you grade the Disney Skyliner at Walt Disney World?
Okay, so I graded it originally, the grade of an A-.
Okay.
And I also upped my grade to an A.
Oh, stop copying me.
I just think you're so cool. I just want to be like you.
Okay. All right, okay. I'll take it.
So, are you ready to know the reasons why? The reasons.
What is that? What was that? Seriously, what was that?
You've been singing, that you've been playing so much. Reasons. Anyways, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That song. Okay. we're just
Are you talking about Hoobastank? And the reason is... And he sticks his microphone out.
So he doesn't have
no
to hit
offense.
that
That's
note.
a really high note.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so my pros, the things that I really like about this, because we got to keep it positive around here, right? Yeah. Is that I mentioned this in the last episode. You do not have to break down your stroller most of the time. If you have a single stroller, you don't have to break it down.
That's right.
If you have a double stroller that's side by side, you will have to break it down.
Break it down again.
But if you have a tandem, so in front of each other, the kids are in front of each other, you don't have to break it down, which that is such a win. If your kid is sleeping at Disney, or you can like give them a little snack, you know that they're probably going to fall asleep. It is like the best, in my opinion.
The best.
So I love that. So keep that in mind. If you are planning on being on the Skyliner route and you're going to be having like your resort is on the Skyliner route, bring a single or bring a tandem. Borrow it from a friend if you need to, because you're going to be so annoyed that you have to wake up your kids to go on the Skyliner to take them off of their double strollers, right?
Right.
Okay. So, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, and I think it's just a fun way to get from point A to point B. Right. It's so fun.
Or point C or point D.
Yes. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's my cons.
What are your cons?
Are you ready?
Yeah, what are your knocks?
If it is lightning, if there is intermittent weather,
if there are lightnings
or heavy winds, like probably tonight, then they close it down, which is fine. They'll give you a bus, but can we talk about how disappointing it is if it is like late at night, you're ready to just like hop on the Skyliner, get to your resort, then they have to take you to a bus to, you brought your tandem stroller and now you have to break it down and wake up your kid. Oh my gosh, it's just the worst. And especially if you like paid for that resort because you wanted to be on the Skyliner. And then you can't use it. That is frustrating. It's only happened to us a couple times, but it was devastating. I remember being like, I said this in the last episode. I almost cried when the lady was like, "I'm sorry, it's closed." I was like, "No, it's not. Oh, it's just don't do that."
Can I say something about that?
Yes.
Because that time, again, this was probably one of the first years or shortly after they had opened it. And so I think they were still figuring out kind of the backup situation if there was bad weather, inclement weather in the area, and they needed to reroute people. They rerouted us all the way to the boardwalk, which is a pretty long walk, especially at the end of the day, especially in rainy weather.
That's right.
Now, it seems like a lot of times they figure it out where they just let people kind of on this
the back behind it.
Yeah, it's behind the scenes, and they let people just like this little gate that's just around or just behind the Skyliner. At least we're talking about the World Showcase area at Epcot. But that is a really great loading space, and it feels like it's like you don't have to go so far out of your way anymore.
They've figured it out a little bit more.
They figured that out.
I agree.
Yeah. And I do have something to add in terms of outages and an update to that. But you go ahead.
Okay, here's my other thing. The cons is just that it doesn't go. I wish it went to more places.
Totally.
Now, I also put together a map, and I don't have it off the top of my head. I think it's...
I do see a map on top of your head. It's right here.
It's right here. Now let me double click it and make it bigger. But as you will see, if we extended this to Animal Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
And Disney Springs. This is possible, guys. And I think it's, 17 and 15 minutes, I believe. I'm doing this off the top of my head because I can't remember exactly. But it is not, I thought it would be like 25 minutes or something. Now, yes, there would be a huge infrastructure, hard to put together. But how cool would it be to ride that all the way to Animal Kingdom?
It would be awesome.
That's epic. Because there's no other really cool way to get to Animal Kingdom other than buses.
Just buses.
Can we just
or you could ride an ostrich if you find one.
Don't do that. Don't touch Animal Kingdom's animals.
That's true. Unless it's in the petting area, which they don't really have anymore.
All right. Opening it back up. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
That's what I have to say. Okay, tell me what you found out about outages.
Yeah, so one of the things, again, because this has now been open for a few years, we can see that the Disney World tends to shut it down towards the middle or end of January annually, except for 1 year. I looked it up, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, Hollywood, baby. We like to prepare around here.
Yes, we do.
At least a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
No, but every year, except for one, I think it was in 25, maybe last year, they have shut it down for a few days in January, middle to end of January, for a few days to refurb it and to service it.
Yes.
So that's important that if you're planning on going around that time, or even I'd say in the first quarter, because maybe they'd slide that kind of little block of time around, it's important to look at that to make sure that there aren't refurbs on the Skyliner, especially if you're going to stay at a resort specifically for the Skyliner.
Yeah.
Now, I have another thing to point out.
Okay, well, I was going to say also, if you go to a Skyliner resort, so Pop Century, Art of Animation, Riviera, and Caribbean Beach, it usually will say on the right website underneath, it will say on that detail page, it'll tell you that the Skyliner is down. That's right.
So if you're booking on your own, then make sure that you're looking for that. Or use an awesome agent.
Yeah, hopefully your travel agent, because you should be using one if you're not already.
You're already paying for it anyway. And then the other thing that I looked up is that what are the worst times to ride the Skyliner? You mentioned, it will shut down for lightning in the area and for high winds, which it tends to be, I guess, more weathery in Central Florida during the months of summer. So you've got May, June, July, and August, maybe even a little bit of September. Maybe not so much in May, but definitely June, July, and August. You'll get rain typically almost every day, and it's a crazy downpour from anywhere between 2, maybe let's say 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. You'll get at least one. And so it might shut it down. And it might last longer than a half hour. Sometimes it's just sometimes like flash.
It's quick, yeah.
But then sometimes it sticks around. So if you're planning on going around those months, just be aware that you might get some more outages than other parts of the year.
Yeah, and I think that they use the WeatherBug app to help monitor some of this. So if there's going to be lightning in the area, it's usually the WeatherBug app that they use. So that might help you looking at the radar through the WeatherBug app to know if that's going to interfere with you getting back to your resort or getting to your park.
Yeah, there's also some pros and cons to going that time of year, which sometimes it's not quite as busy because it's also a lot hotter, but it's also a lot hotter. Central Florida in the middle of summer feels like you're on the surface of the sun, especially depending on what park you're going to. So anyway, just look at that when you're booking your trip. That's all I wanted to say about it. But those are some updates that we know since the last time we graded this.
Now we've got data.
That's right. Data.
All right.
I don't think I've ever said data like that.
Yeah, maybe just don't do it again.
I don't know. It was kind of like data. I'm doing like this little head bobble with it. All right, Whitney, is that it?
I think that's it.
Can you bring us home, baby?
We are over on Instagram at Mouse Minutes Podcast. Make sure you guys are subscribed on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. We will see you all next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.